And while students across the province were given the choice to go to school mask-free today, the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board asked students to keep them on. After speaking to the Ministry of Education, the board decided to move forward with its plan to make face coverings optional starting on April the 1st. Manisa Danabalan brings us reaction.
It's back to class as usual, but for some students returning to schools under the Hamilton Wentworth District School Board, they're being encouraged to wear masks.
Almost the whole school is wearing their masks. I have not seen someone who's not wearing a mask.
I'm the only one not wearing a mask because, it bothers my face. I do, and then the teacher tells me to put it on, I put it on, and then I take it off.
Honestly, I don't think the masks were necessary to begin with unless you were actually sick. But rules are rules. Just follow the rules.
I don't see it being a super big problem. I think we can wait a few more days.
We're not limiting a student from attending school if they cannot wear a mask, right? So we are honoring that. So if someone is not wearing a mask and they don't have an exemption, school administration will follow up with the family and just gently ask them to complete the form.
The chair of the board says other than the letter they received from the Ministry of Education earlier, they haven't received any other pushback from the province.
That letter just reiterated what the Chief Medical Officer of Health said. It does not constitute a directive from the Minister of Education.
In a statement, the Ministry of Education says Hamilton Wentworth District School Board are fully aware that they cannot enforce masking on students. But many students say they would rather wear the masks.
I do think it's fair because, as I said before, I do think it's a little early, and I think it's probably the smart decision.
Especially after everyone went traveling on March break, I think the masks are really good, safety implementation, and I personally will be wearing mine past April 1st.
Danko says they're not alone. The Superior North Catholic Board in Terrace Bay is also following a one-week transition period and have said that masks will be optional starting next Monday. The board previously asked Hamilton Public Health to issue a Section 22 order to extend mask mandates, but they declined.
We very much respect the process and the decisions of the board. Don't see a basis for writing a Section 22 order, but we will, of course, continue to work with the school board to support them.
Ontario's NDP leader also says she respects the board.
I think that they were listening to what some of the experts were saying, particularly the Coalition of Children's Hospitals and their concerns about just waiting a couple more weeks, and that's what I think that they were basing their decision on.
After April 1st, the students won't have to fill out a form to enter without a mask. Manisa Danabalan, CHCH News.